Hi everybody and welcome to the world of Micah. Today is my second attempt at filming the filming locations for the 1983 horror classic Jaws 3D starring Dennis Quaid and Leah Thompson. We are here at SeaWorld Orlando where principal filming took place. There's a few other locations in Central Florida, but today I am focusing strictly on the SeaWorld locations. I've done this before. It was flagged for copyright, so I'm going to be doing this in a different style today. So hopefully we can avoid copyright, but you guys are gonna get to tag along. Let's travel back to 1983 and revisit Jaws 3D filming locations. Now, let's take a closer look. Now right over here is security. This is the entrance. It's kind of the closest I can get. They really don't like you to film near security. I believe this is where Philip Fritz Royce, it's a really difficult last name to say. Philip and Calvin were out here in the front with his car. Somewhere around in this area, right here. Now it's cool how if you look at the map here at SeaWorld, you can see the Sky Tower just like in the film, and that's where the undersea kingdom would have been. Kind of awesome, right? So straight ahead is the entrance to SeaWorld. This is what it looks like current day, and then this is what it looked like in Jaws 3D back in 1983. This is where Sean Brody, Mike Brody, and Kate all met up right here. It's kind of cool because the flower pillars here are still here. They look a little different. I mean, everything looks pretty different out here in the entrance, but hey, 1983 was quite a time ago. Now the first shot we get of SeaWorld is right over here. Calvin was standing right there looking through his binoculars, and he was looking over in this direction here. This is where the skiers were all coming into the park. Their entrance would have been right over there, and through that would have been the ocean. And that's how they got into this park. Now, obviously, that's not the case in real life, and I will show you guys more of that soon, but they would have come right through here. And there was a grand shot of him looking down in this direction, just like this. You can see the Sky Tower to the left. You can see all the buildings straight ahead. And he would have been looking out on his binoculars, and he said, "Here come my pride and joy." Now I would love to get it from Calvin's point of view, but the icebreaker is actually where he was standing, and to get to that arena right now with Howl-O-Scream and Spooktacular going on, it's almost impossible unless you come for the event, and even then it's so dark you can't really even see. So we're gonna have to kind of cheat it a little bit today with the spot. Now this is also the only way I can really get this shot too. Calvin would have been standing over there next to the icebreaker on the grass hill, looking at the water, talking to the press, and he would have announced to them that they have drinks and they are free. In fact, I think he said, "We have drinks, they free, let's go." I liked him a lot, man. He was awesome, so naive, ready to get this park going. Little did he know Jaws had other plans. But this is where that took place. Right here, looking at this arena. It's so mind-blowing because when I first did the locations, this was completely open. Now it's only open for Howl-O-Scream, but the icebreaker was not here. So see, you could walk right up there to the arena and see everything we saw, but now the grass and everything that Calvin and everybody was standing on is all gone. So this is the arena that held the show that Leah Thompson's character was performing at. They were doing a Hatfield and McCoy's show. This is also the same arena in the film that Dennis Quaid, Mike Brody, was screaming at the skiers to get out of the water. Straight ahead, right through there. This is where Mike Brody would have been seen screaming on the microphone, telling them to all get out of the water. And then there was another shot in this same area. You can see the fin of Jaws going right in front of that tech booth there. Now the reason I can't get a straight shot is because this little mechanism here that houses a lot of lights and equipment for the shows is blocking everything on the bridge. But that's it, right there. So straight ahead was where the bumper boats were. You can see Sean and Kelly right in the water, kind of where that flamingo boat is. This is where you used to be able to ride the bumper boats here. And in Jaws 3D, they did that. Surprised that Kelly got Sean in the water. He did not want to go in the water. You know, something from his childhood or something. He kind of mentions that. I like that little deep cut there for fans of the original Jaws. But this is where the bumper boat scene took place. This is also where the shark got into the park, as well as the skiers. They came in through this area right here. Right over there is where it all took place. Now I'm going to show you, in the film, they make it seem like the beach is behind that, on the other side of that little dock. Well, in actuality, this is what is on the other side of that dock. Not the ocean. So Jaws would have been in that water right there and gone straight through that little area and into the park. At least that's what happened in the film. But now you guys know, movie magic. Now this is the dock right here where Mike Brody would have rid that little awesome little ski he had straight up. It's a different dock, but this is the same area. And those trees over there to the left have grown up so much you can't even see the arena anymore. You can see kind of the backside of it. And if you notice, the Renaissance Hotel was not here back in 1983, but this is where he would have pulled the ski up, jumped on the dock. They would have used this dock in several other scenes, including when Mr. Philip Fitzroyce was out here. They used this dock in that scene as well. This is also where the shark got into the park. A lot took place right here in this little dock. But now if you come out here, you can ride one of these amazing flamingos and kind of live your Jaws 3D dreams out there. It does cost, you know, it's an additional cost, but that's what you can do out here. This is everything you need to know. $7 for single riders or 2 riders for 10. Pass holders, $5, so I could get it for $5. All right, I'm doing it. So I'm doing it. I am riding right out in the water. This is amazing. Look at this. Technically I wanted to do this because it's kind of like doing the bumper boats. I'm out where Sean and Kelly were. How cool is that? Look at that. There's the dock right there where Dennis Quaid went up. I had to do this, you guys. I had to come out here. So this is a better spot to see those bumper boats. They would have been right over here in this area, next to the Mako coaster, which was not there, obviously. It's kind of crazy, man. Jaws is in that water, or was in that water. We know he was destroyed in the film. Cindy and Sandy were in that water. The Undersea Kingdom was right over there. This is amazing. $5 for a 20-minute ride. And you pedal just like a bike, and you use this to steer. Look at this. Amazing, right? I'm loving this. Never been out here before, never done this. But that's where Mike Brody would have been. He would have went straight ahead on his little jet ski. And the bumper boats, all in this area. And that's the beach right over there, where Kelly and Sean were sneaking out in the middle of the night. We're gonna visit that location next. So this is like the point of view Dennis Quaid would have had going towards the production crew in the jet ski. Also get a better view of the arena there. So cool. On a lot of the behind the scenes, you can see the cast and crew all in this area while they were filming. It's amazing to be out here. Now they had 2 docks in the film. Obviously they've only changed it to one little platform of the dock. And that's also where they could close the gate and let the shark in and out. Well, the shark got in, but that's how they could close the gate to let anything in and out, including Cindy and Sandy, right there. It's kind of cool to see it from this perspective. All right, let's head back into shore and visit more locations of Jaws 3D. Kind of getting the hang of this. It's just like riding a bike. Look at this, I'm walking on the dock, just like Dennis Quaid did, right here. He would have walked right through here. How amazing. All right, so straight ahead was the beach. Back in the day, it used to be a beach. Show you guys exactly where Leah Thompson and Sean Brody, Kelly and Sean snuck out here in the middle of the night and wanted to go swimming right here in this water. They were more or less in this area here. Now it's changed quite a bit, as you can see. None of this is a beach anymore. But this is where it took place, because you can see in the shot the stadium right there, right behind Kelly and Sean. Leah Thompson. Amazing, right? Nothing's really changed to that arena, except they've added the icebreaker. But this is where it took place, and Mike and Kate showed up, scared them out of their wits, thought they were getting in trouble for trespassing. But Sean also delivers the famous line, "Oh no, I don't go in the water." This is where that took place. Now, one of the reasons why I know this is the spot, if you look right here, there's a piece of wood out in the water. Now, to the right of Sean and Leah Thompson in this shot, you can see one of those out in the water. There used to be a ton of those over here, and this is where it took place. All this used to be sand, but that's still here after all these years. No sign of sand nowadays. They've completely changed it over here. But that is the water that they were in. Right there, they went swimming. Right here. On a late night back in 1983. So cool, right? All right, now we're heading over to Shark's Underwater Bar and Grill, which was the home to Neptunes in the film. So you just walk through this door here and on around. And look at this. This was Neptunes in the movie. That's where Calvin was. Mike Brody showed up in here. They saw the great white. And actually there are some sharks in that tank. This has changed quite a bit since the movie, but this is it. Pretty awesome. Several scenes were shot right here. It's crazy that you can see the tunnel from the Undersea Kingdom just like you could in the film. And there's actually sharks in here too. Here's a shot of it right here. You can see the tunnel right there. Crazy. They were nice enough to let me in. Oh my gosh, look, is that Jaws? Is that the shark? Right there, he's coming towards the glass just like in the film. It had more of an 80s flair in here back in 1983, but this was Neptunes. Glad we got in here. Now, I have eaten at Shark's Underwater Grill several times, and I have visited that bar. So if you don't want to eat there, you could sit at the bar, and as you can see Neptunes from the film. You can see the fish and the sharks while you have a cocktail or two. You can dine and drink in a filming location from Jaws 3D. But now I think it's time to head inside the Undersea Kingdom. Well, for portions of it were shot. That's right, if you head inside the shark encounter here, you can see where they shot a few scenes from the Undersea Kingdom. The other scenes were a set. They built a set and had some animatronic gags and everything. But the tunnel, the famous tunnel, is inside this building. Now I think over in this room here is where the shot was with the gentleman who came up and the girls got freaked out. I believe it took place in this room here. It would have been a little window like this, and the guy's head would have come up. That scene. And the girls would have been really freaked out. Then there was a cut shot to them. And why I think it took place in this room is because I think they used this tunnel right here for this shot with the girls. They would have been standing like this, and the background would have been just like that. Right there, they got freaked out. That's just an educated guess. And it could have very well been a different place altogether, but I think this could have been it. Which means this kind of could have been the tunnel right here. Camera would have been placed here and then did a cut shot to this right here. Pretty cool, right? These are just things that I think of when I come here. I try to figure everything out. So straight ahead is it. This is where the tour guide would have said, all right, everyone, follow me. And they would have gone through this tunnel right here. So this is it. This is where they would have walked through right here. And this is it, the famous scene, Daddy, Daddy, look, a fish. Right here. It's been changed quite a bit since filming, but this is it. One of the most famous scenes, and look, there's a scuba diver. Is that Brody? Whoa, look! Is that Kate and Brody? Are they looking for Cindy and Sandy? That's amazing. Yeah, this place is pretty cool. The camera would have been showing them just like this. I've never seen the scuba divers in here. This is so cool.
Oh dear.
Look at that. all around the sharks. And then right here, oh look, more sharks. Right there would have been Neptune's, the restaurant. It's just like the film. It's just like the film. Say hey to Mike Brody for me. Mike and Sean and Kate. That was awesome. All right, and with that, we are moving on. Got a few more spots to hit up today. Now in the scene where the girl says, "Daddy, Daddy, look a fish," and they're running through the tunnel, if you look to the right of the gentleman, you can see the dolly on the floor where the camera was on. They took out the moving sidewalk thing in there. I don't think they had one back in 1983, but you could see the dolly on the floor, so it was a filming mistake. I always like to see stuff like that. All right, this is the little arena area where Cindy and Sandy were kept. This is where Mike Brody was talking to Kate and said, "Ride 'em, cowgirl." It took place right over there. And then there was a shot, legit, right where we were looking, with Kate riding on the back of a whale. Pretty cool. It all took place right here. This all took place inside the Dolphin Adventures arena here. There's only 2 shows today, 11 and 3:30, and I am nowhere near any of those times. I'm at 12:45 right now. Looking at some of this spectacular set dressing, it kind of looks like something you would see in the Undersea Kingdom. A little wacky. Now straight ahead, I believe over here, you can see the tanks that were used in the film. And this is where Charlene was walking towards Brody. Now it's gonna be the backside of the tanks. Yeah, the tanks are right over here. This is it. I'm gonna go up these stairs here and just see if we can get a better shot of them. It's not gonna match up exactly to the film, but that's them right there. Those are the tanks. Now she would have been walking facing where we're facing, and Mike would have been on the other side there. That's crazy, right? So they are somewhere in this area. If those are not the exact tanks, they're somewhere in this area. Pretty cool. Charlene was walking looking for her husband. She had to talk to Mike about it. And now we are moving on to the next location. All right, this is the tank that Kate was trying to save, the great white. Right over here. Nowadays, it's where you pet stingrays. So Kate would have ran straight ahead, and they had a SeaWorld exclusive great white shark, is what the sign said. SHSH shark. Little throwback to the original Jaws when the girl says, shark! That's where it was, straight ahead. Now they have changed this quite a bit. There's no more rocks around. It's kind of flat now. It used to be rocks that were against the edges. But right over here is where we would have seen the shark fin coming straight by, and all the guests were looking at it. It was a SeaWorld exclusive. Who wouldn't want to see a great white shark? And there was a shot of Kate right here. She broke her way through the crowd, and she had to jump in and try and save the great white. It all took place right here. And then Kate, disappointed, met up with Philip Fitzroyce. Right here, you can actually see this building in the background shot of them talking, and you can see this little pillar. It wasn't overgrown like it is now, but that building right there is the giveaway. You can see that right behind Kate. Pretty awesome, man. Still matches up to this day. I like to see the kid on her dad's shoulders, and she has the SeaWorld pennant from 1983 too. That's old school. Doing some further investigating, there used to be a bench right about here, and a street pole, like a light pole. Not a street pole, a light pole. Not seeing either one of those, but it would have been in this area right here. There's water right there. I was just kind of seeing if I could see where the pole, the light pole, used to be. I like to find those kind of things. Not seeing it, but that doesn't mean it did not exist, because I saw it in the photo. Straight ahead, the icebreaker used to not be here. It used to be a bunch of grass. Tons of scenes were shot in that area and that arena right there. Tons of scenes in the film were shot there. This is also where the very last shot with Mike, Kate, Cindy, and Sandy, the dolphins, when they emerged from the ocean, the sea here at SeaWorld. And Kate and Mike were so thrilled they survived. This is where that shot is. They all jumped up. Kate threw her arms up. They were so happy they survived the killer great white shark in the waters. Such an awesome 80s ending. Cindy and Sandy definitely made it a picturesque shot. In fact, they actually did a still shot for that. It's pretty awesome. This is where the ending of Jaws 3D took place. Well, we did it. We took care of business here today and redid the filming locations of the 1983 horror classic Jaws 3D. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally did this, and hopefully this one is here to stay. Please share this on all the appropriate websites, message boards, Facebook pages that you can. Let's get this out there and get some love going for Jaws 3D. The Jaws film that doesn't really get a whole lot of love. And I do love it. But I think our adventure for today has come to an end. Which means it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this adventure, please click the thumbs up button. The next time you're here at SeaWorld, tell someone World of Micah sent you. I'll see you guys on the next adventure. I'm super glad we got to do this today. Been wanting to redo this for a while, and now it's done. See you guys soon. Stay weird. Goodbye.